Hi guys, we talked about the definition of cryptos and how do you buy cryptos? What are the different kinds of cryptos, pros and cons of different platforms where you can buy or trade cryptos? And the next $1 million question is, just like you store your cash or fiat currency in your wallet, is that the same deal with cryptos? Because we know that cryptos are not touchable, they're not tangible, but still you got to store it somewhere, right? Are we
Right.
talking about wallets here?
Right, exactly. Like not only wallet, like you can actually store it in a piece of paper. Just write it down. There are two things I got to remember. One is a private key, and another is a public key.
Yeah.
So every crypto, even you buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin today, and you are going to get one key. That's it. One private key, one public key. So that means like you have to keep the private key yourself. You can
Right.
either write it down, write down those, I think it's 60-digit number or something, right?
Right.
Or store it in a laptop, or there are multiple ways that within the storage, there are cold storage, and then the hot storage.
Okay. What's the
There's
difference?
like a two, like, one is connected to, like you put it right in the exchange. You don't take it out of it. Like exchange has your private key. Like if you leave it in Coinbase, if you leave it $1 billion worth of thing in Voyager has the private key. If somebody hacks into Voyager, they may steal your private key. That is likelihood, but it happened to some of the exchanges, but it didn't happen to Voyager. It didn't happen to Coinbase. Yeah, so it may happen. That's a private, that's a key that is stored in the hot wallet.
Mm.
There's a cold wallet is like you just keep it in a flash drive, like flash drive kind of thing. It is called Trezor. There are another one, like, there's like, just stores the keys, private keys. You just keep it.
So it's just like a USB
Yeah,
port kind of thing, right?
yeah.
So you mentioned about the security feature of it. So you said if someone hacks into a virtual currency exchanger where your private key is stored or private key is saved, like a 60
Mhm.
digit thing. Imagine if you have $100,000 in there, right?
Yeah.
Someone hacks into it, someone steals your private key, and your 100,000 is gone. But is having a cold wallet is the only option to safeguard your cryptos, or what do we have? What's the option if you lose it?
Yeah, like they used to say, if you don't have the key, you don't have the Bitcoin, you don't have the currency, right? So you got to hold the private key. That is like, that is the key in here. But that's a main option. That is like, you probably heard the news, like people had it in the laptop, the private keys. They only had two chances to unlock it. That's like $100 million worth of Bitcoin. They had it, bought it like long ago. That's what happens sometime. Like you got to keep it safe, somewhere, even buried under the backyard or something, right? Just write it down, put it in somewhere, and it's going to stay there for 10 years. Like nobody can steal it from you.
Right. No. So for an example, like I was under the impression that your private key, let's say you have money, you have cryptos in Voyager, right? And
Mhm.
your private key, you can see the private key number, like the digit, like 60 digit thing, right? And of course, you can write it down somewhere or do a cold storage. But if someone hacks into this exchanger, they could see your 60 digit thing still,
It's
right?
not that easy. What they do normally is like they will have so many layers of security.
Oh, okay.
And what like Coinbase and other exchanges, bigger exchanges, right? What they do, they will have security guards
Okay.
on different places. Like they will have a room. It's even though they say hard storage, right? It's
Mhm.
not like a cold storage. It's a hard storage. But it is kind of not connected to outside of it. If you
Okay.
understand it, like they will have a separate, like a server data center. They'll have a data center, right? Something
Right.
like that. They'll have a separate place. They won't have it's not connected outside, but there is a different way encrypted. Like it's a different encryption they use, right? So many
Okay.
different encryption. It's not easy to hack into it. Like Coinbase is not easy, right? That's why it didn't have nothing happened. But something outside, like outside the US, there are a lot of exchanges, people hack into it. and they steal it. And they do have some insurance. The like KuCoin had insurance. It paid back everything. They did have a small amount, $100 million something stolen a couple of years ago from KuCoin, but they paid back everybody.
That's nice.
They had insurance. They still have insurance now.
Okay. So that's good to know, and that's probably a key thing to remember when you're choosing your platforms, which platforms got insurance too, because we always say, okay, Coinbase has these features, Voyager has these features, Kraken has these, but maybe they don't have the kind of insurance that you need. So that's a good point, Venkat. Thank you so much for mentioning about the insurance piece, because that's something we don't often talk about. And guys, you know, like we always say, there's a ton of things that we could talk about this stuff when it comes to cryptos, and we are doing like very brief videos for you to get a kind of basic understanding about cryptocurrency. So stay tuned. We got a whole lot lined up for you guys.
That's right, guys. Thank you.